morning, distinguished guests, management and staff of the National Identification Authority, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. It is with profound pleasure that I welcome you all to the launch of the 20th anniversary of the National Identification Authority under the theme Reflecting on the Past, Securing the Future, 20 years of the National Identification Authority. My name is Williams Ampoma Emmanuel Dallas. I will be one of the MCs, and I'll be doing this with
My name is Noella Kareniali, a journalist with Joy News.
Right. Without much ado, we cannot begin this program without committing it into the hands of Allah. So I will humbly call on the National Chief Imam, Sheikh Osmanu Nuhu Sharubutu, to deliver the opening remark. So the opening prayer. I beg your pardon.
الصلاة على النبي الكريم.
ربنا آتنا من لدنك رحمة وهيئ لنا من أمرنا رشدا. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا أنزل علينا مائدة من السماء تكون لنا عيدا لأولنا وآخرنا وآية منك وارزقنا وأنت خير الرازقين. اللهم اجعل بلدنا غانا بلدا آمنا مطمئنا وسائر البلدان. اللهم اجعل بلدنا غانا بلدا آمنا مطمئنا وسائر البلدان وآمنا في أوطاننا ولا تفتنا. اللهم ارفع مقتك وغضبك عنا ولا تؤاخذنا بما فعل السفهاء منا. وفضل رئيس جمهورية غانا جون عبد الرحمن محمد وعلى حكومته. اللهم حفظ رئيس جمهورية غانا جون عبد الرحمن محمد وعلى حكومته بالسر لو أنزلنا هذا القرآن على جبل لرأيته خاشعا متصدعا من خشية الله. وتلك الأمثال نضربها للناس لعلهم يتفكرون. والله الذي لا إله إلا هو عالم الغيب والشهادة والرحمن الرحيم. والله الذي لا إله إلا هو الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار المتكبر. سبحان الله عما يشركون. والله الخالق البارئ والمصور له الأسماء الحسنى يسبح له ما في السماوات والأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم. سر آمن
بما أنزل إليه من ربه والمؤمنون كلنا آمن بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله لا نفرق بين أحد من رسله وقالوا سمينا وأطعنا غفرانك ربنا وإليك المصير. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها لها ما كسبت وعليها ما اكتسبت. ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا. ربنا ولا تعمل علينا إسرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا. ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين.
إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون. بالسر إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون.
This special prayers goes to the leader of National Identification Authority, Wisdom Yaira.
اللهم ارفعه ولا تدعه. اللهم ارفعه ولا تدعه وانصره ولا تخذله وانصره ولا تعذره. بالسر إذا جاء
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان توابا.
سر إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يكون له كن فيكون. سر
ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. صلوا على النبي الكريم.
His Eminence the National Chief Imam prayed for the successful launch. He also prayed for stability in this country. He had a special prayer for the President, the government, and the people of the Republic of Ghana. May Allah accept our prayers. Amen.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And because of the noise, the ban on noise making, we will respectfully ask that we don't do a lot of clapping in order not to commit an offense against the traditional authority of the Ghana state. Thank you. So to begin the program properly, may I kindly invite the NIA choir to lead us in singing the national anthem. Kindly introduce these dignitaries. Kindly hold your applause until the last person is mentioned. We have our sponsors here. Can you kindly wave us, our sponsors? NPA, Petroleum Commission, Margins Group, Fidelity Bank, and host of others. We will, at the appropriate time, acknowledge all of you. Thank you for coming and for Son Benjamin, our head of PPRME, Dr. Bernard Guma, head of procurement, Isaac Tete. We have Ruben Tete with us. Forgive me if I don't see you. And we have our regional registration officers from all the regions with us. And we also have staff of the National Identification Authority at the headquarters here with us, gracing the occasion. We have our Deputy Executive Secretary in charge of operations in the person of Dr. Fred Bejra with us here. We have our Deputy Executive Secretary in charge of administration, Alhaji Mohammed Naziru, also present with us. Alhaji, give us a wave if you are here. Right. We have our board chairman, Mr. Moses Positive with us. He's the board chairman of the National Identification Authority. We have our board members also here supporting the board chairman. We also have the Margins Group the man in charge of IMS2, Identity Management Systems 2, Mr. Kumsin Kantamanto, with his team here with us. We have a representative from His Royal Majesty, Kintakite Churu II, the Gamanche and President of the Gang Traditional Council, in the person of Ni Kojo Ashirifi Papa Nyira I, Noya Manche of the Gang States, with us here. He did not come alone. He came with Ni Taki Adu I, the Gang State Boundary Chief, and Queen Mother of the Gang States, Queen Mothers of the Gang States. They are also here with the representative of the Gang Manche. We have our sister and mother from the presidency. She is the deputy government spokesperson in the person of Madame Shamima Muslim with us. We also have our venerable executive secretary in the person of Mr. Wisdom Kwaku Deku with us here. And the man in charge of the Interior Ministry. He's been a long-serving member of parliament for the people of Asawase. As we speak, he's a fantastic minister in charge of Interior in the person of Honorable Muntaka Mohammed Mubarak. There are other dignitaries I'm yet to acknowledge. As the program proceeds, I will acknowledge all of them. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, I will invite a gentleman whose vision has brought us here this morning. He's a philanthropist. He's an entrepreneur. He has distinguished himself politically, academically, socially. At one time, he was the head of systems at the National Identification Authority. His second coming has earned him the accolade given to him by the staff, Yaira Beye. Ladies and gentlemen, the man of the moment, I respectfully invite onto the podium Mr. Wisdom Kwaku Deku. He is the Executive Secretary of the National Identification Authority.
What an accolade from my brother Dallas. I didn't know that I'm a philanthropist. Honorable Minister, with your permission, I want to observe the existing protocol so that I know you have a meeting to attend. So I'll just go straight to my welcome address. 20 years ago, Ghana dared to dream to build a complete, dependable, and innovative national identification systems. Today, thanks to the vision of the past leaders and those present, and the steadfast dedication of every member of staff of the authority, that dream has become the bedrock of national progress. It is with profound gratitude and deep pride that I stand before you today as we mark the 20th anniversary of the National Identification Authority. Let us pause and reflect for a moment. What does it really mean for a nation to identify its citizens? It means no citizen is invisible, no transaction is uncertain, and no future is built on guesswork. That is why we have been building together. Our theme, reflecting on the past, securing the future, 20 years of NIA, calls us not only to celebrate victories, but also to remember the struggles. The logistical mountains we climbed, the technological gaps we bridged, and the breakthrough that changed everything. From simple 2D barcode in 2008 to a multi-purpose dual interface chip-embedded biometric smart card, piloted in 2013 under the Foreigners Identity Management Systems, FIMS, that is, the registration of foreigners and instant issuance of cards for non-citizens. Then in 2018, government signed the expanded contract for the mass registration of all Ghanaians from age 0 to infinity. That was the moment we moved from aspiration to execution. Permit me a brief personal reflection. In 2016, before the expanded scope was formalized, I had the privilege of participating in the factory acceptance test as part of the project team. Standing in that facility, watching the very machine that will one day register millions of Ghanaians, none of us fully grasped how far the journey would go. But we believed, and today, that belief has brought us this far. Ladies and gentlemen, today, the NIA has registered over 19.4 million Ghanaians aged 15 years and above and issued more than 18.7 million cards. Additionally, over 229,000 foreigners have been enrolled. By insisting on free issuance at the inception of the National Identification System project, we dismantled economic barriers and eliminated identity silos across the country. The Ghana card we hold today is recognized for travel within ECOWAS sub-region and is accepted at over 44,000 airports worldwide. Through the Identity Verification System Platform, the IVSP, the NIA has processed over 200 million biometric verification requests without a single hitch. Currently, 281 institutions have been successfully onboarded onto the identity verification system and education system. This includes 25 universal banks, 144 rural banks, 9 government institutions, 16 fintechs, 4 telecommunication companies, and 83 others. An additional 228 institutions are in the pipeline. Our goal remains clear: full national integration. The National Identification System is ultimately measured by trust, integration, and usage. It is for this reason that we welcome government's directive in 2025, placing a moratorium on standalone EFIS procurement across public institutions. This directive ensures standardization, data security, and efficient use of national resources. Honorable Minister, upon assuming office in January 2025, the governing board and management took a decisive decision. And with assistance of our technical partners, Identity Management Systems 2, we supplied blank cards to district offices to clear the backlog of over 640,000 cards, which were successfully printed and distributed in September 2025. I would like to personally thank Mr. Moses Baden Jr. for the supply of the blank card, even though, as at that time, NIA was owing them so much. But he said, you are new, so I'll give you the cards to continue. I thank him so much for that. We have enhanced our head office infrastructure through private support, expanded our premium centers from 9 to 16 regions, and extended our online application appointment system to additional regions. Today, the NIA is presently in 11 Ghana missions abroad, and we are on course to add 6 more missions this year. And they are Spain, UAE, China, Korea, La Côte d'Ivoire, and Nigeria. And that will be done by the end of this year. Distinguished guests, we are in the final stage of the ISO certification across the key standards. And they are ISO 27001 for information security, ISO 22301 for business continuity, and ISO 20000 for service management. We are on the verge of completion by the end of the year, and I urge every member of staff to sustain the excellence that has brought us this far. We have also proposed amendment to the National Identification Authority Act 2006, Act 707, and the National Identity Register Act 2008, Act 750, as amended, including permanently aligning the NIA under the Ministry of Interior to strengthen national security coordination. Amendment to the National Identity Register Regulation 2012 LI 2111 is currently before Parliament for the 21-day maturity. Key amendment to LI 211 is the introduction of mandatory biometric verification for transactions. With this, and I will repeat, with this, it will now be an offense to make photocopies or merely relying on visual inspections of the card. All transactions must go through biometric verification. Fellow countrymen and women, to maintain the integrity and up-to-date personal data of citizens in the National Identity Register, we intend to enforce Clause 39 of Act 750, which mandates citizens to update their records within 30 days of any change in their personal circumstances. Kindly note, non-compliance of this, as stated in Act 750, constitutes an offense which can lead to a fine or jail term for not more than 30 days. So all those here, if you think your circumstances have changed, which include if you are single and you are now married, you are married and now divorced, you move from one location to the other, you were at a tertiary institution and now you are working, your phone numbers have changed. If within 30 days of that personal changes, you've not informed NIA, you commit an offense, and we intend to enforce it. I'm sure if we are to enforce it today, all of us will go to jail. So please take note of this. We intend to enforce it to the latter because the NIA system must be up to date. As part of government's 24-hour economy policy, the NIA is partnering with private sector institutions to operationalize the 24/7 Prestige Ghana card registration centers nationwide. About 10 centers are ready and will be operationalized very soon. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to report that the new Security and Intelligence Act 2026 recognizes NIA district and regional officers as members of RECSEC and DISEC, a significant institutional milestone. And let me thank our Honorable Minister for leading this course and the chairperson of the Parliamentary Select Committee on Security and Intelligence, Honorable Zanato, for helping us to achieve this. But we are hoping that the NIA as an institution will be incorporated into the national security architecture in the near future, as issues of identity are matters of national security. None of these achievements would have been possible without the efforts of my predecessors. And today, I pay special tribute to our past executive secretaries who served this authority with dedication and vision. Professor Ernest Dumont, Professor Kenneth Ajiman Atefa, Dr. Williams Ahaji, Dr. Josiah Alfred Mills Koba, and Mr. Osei Kwame Griffiths. We stand on their shoulders. Ladies and gentlemen, while we celebrate these milestones, we must also confront the roads ahead. The financial performance of 2025 was challenging, but it is not an excuse. It is a call to action, and so our priorities for the years ahead are clear. We will strengthen data security through ISO certification, position the Ghana card as a foundational ID for all services, enforce biometric verification nationwide, deepen interagency collaboration, expand research, monitoring, and evaluation, enhance the image of the NIA so that every Ghanaian sees the authority not as a bureaucratic burden, but as an enabler of opportunity. Let me be clear about our most critical frontier, the next generation. On Tuesday, 5th May 2026, the NIA resumed the nationwide registration of children aged 6 to 14 years beginning in the voter region NOT, and have so far registered over 90,000 children as of 20th May 2026. Technical challenges affecting registration of children aged 0 to 5 have also been resolved, paving way for the registration and issuance of Ghana card at birth. Ghana card pin at birth, sorry. We hope to finalize discussion by close of this month in order to resume registration in June 2026. This aligns with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 16.9, which talks about providing legal identity for all, including birth registration by 2030. This means that a child born in Ghana can now begin a life with a legal identity. To His Excellency, the President, John Dramani Mahama, I thank you for the opportunity to serve Ghana. To the Honorable Minister, the NI Governing Board, management, staff, and our technical partners, IMS and IMS2, thank you for your unwavering support and valued partnership. And to my fellow Ghanaians, thank you for your trust. As we mark this milestone, let us renew our commitment and light the 20th anniversary flame with vigor, integrity, and purpose. We are not merely issuing identity cards, we are building the digital foundation of a modern Ghana. A Ghana where every person counts and where every person is counted. May God bless the National Identification Authority, and may God bless our homeland, Ghana. I thank you for your attention.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's the Executive Secretary of the National Identification Authority. Before I move to the next item on the program, permit me to introduce the Comptroller General of the Ghana Immigration Service in the person of Mr. Samuel Basintani Amaju. We also have one of our former executive secretaries in the person of Dr. William Ahaji in our midst. Ladies and gentlemen, as we celebrate this remarkable milestone, and the team connotes what we are about to do, we are reflecting on the past, securing the future, with regards to the 20 years of the National Identification Authority. Without much ado, permit me to invite the media team to play a documentary of the 20 years of the National Identification Authority. May I kindly ask our distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, to turn your attention to the screen. Thank you.
In every nation, identity is the foundation of inclusion, the gateway to opportunity, and the anchor of trust. In Ghana, that foundation has been built deliberately, progressively, and with purpose. For 20 years, the National Identification Authority has worked to answer a simple but profound question: who are we as a people and as a nation?
A nation constituted now of a one and one for all. The time is now, and little friends, we are called to get involved.
President Kufuor initiated the idea that a committee, a multi-sectoral committee, should be established to revisit the idea of a national identification system for Ghana. I was privileged to be the chair of that committee. I came to NIA with the idea of building a strong, independent, security-driven organization. The second was to move the institution to the point where it can be financially independent even though at that time it was difficult to get funding.
From modest beginnings, with limited infrastructure and evolving systems, the journey began. It was a journey defined by resilience, learning, and determination.
At the time I took over from my predecessor, Professor Ernest Dumont, in July 2008, the establishment of a national identification system for Ghana was more than a project. It was a compelling national necessity, one that would foster development, enhance national security, and promote good governance in the country.
From paper-based identification to biometric registration to a secure integrated identity platform, Ghana was steadily building its single source of truth.
We laid the systems, we built the frameworks, we tested what would become one of Ghana's most critical national assets.
There were challenges, technical, operational, and institutional. But each phase strengthened the system and refined the vision. I believe that by the time I left NIA, we had the basic card design nailed down. We had agreed with the Public-Private Partnership Committee at the Ministry that we should go ahead and finalize our agreement with margins.
Then came transformation. The Ghana card, a smart dual-face biometric identity card, became more than identification. It became access. It became inclusion. It became empowerment.
The NIA successfully rolled out the nationwide Ghana card registration, expanded its operational footprints, and integrated advanced biometric technology into its systems.
What impressed me was the way that we had been able to move the process along, even with regime changes.
I must say, I am the most fortunate executive secretary to have worked with all the executive secretaries of the National Identification Authority. Each of them had their own way of contributing to the building of the National Identification Authority. From Professor Dumont, who laid the solid foundation when we started, it was under his tenure that the act establishing the authority was enacted in 2006. That is Act 707 and Act 750. Then Professor Atefa, who came to continue with the mass registration across the country. He started from Western Region and Volta Region. Then Dr. Hajiwuk was appointed in 2009. He started the printing of the Ghana cards in the Greater Accra region. Then Dr. Akoba came to continue with the process. Then Osei Kwame Griffiths also came to continue with the process. Then in 2017, Professor Atefa was appointed again. That experience has profoundly shaped my mindset and approach, guiding how I lead and how I strive to build on the legacy entrusted to me.
In recent years, the authority has entered a new era, one defined by urgency, innovation, and results.
My focus has been clear: maintaining public confidence, expanding access, and delivering identity as a public good for every Ghanaian everywhere. Because the Ghana card represents trust, security, and opportunity for every Ghanaian, it connects citizens to essential services, strengthens institutions, and drives national development.
These are not just numbers. They are lives connected, systems strengthened, and a nation empowered. Behind every card is a story: a student accessing education, a trader opening a bank account, a family securing their future.
This journey belongs to every Ghanaian
and to the many individuals who work
tirelessly, often unseen,
to build this system.
To the pioneers, to the staff, to the partners, and to the people of Ghana, Ayiko. As we reflect on the past, we look forward with purpose. The future of identity in Ghana is digital, integrated, and inclusive.
We are committed to achieving universal coverage, strengthening data protection, and driving continuous innovation. With the Ghana card, personal identity verification has evolved into a dynamic digital asset, one that serves every Ghanaian, supports businesses, and stands as a credible model for Africa and the world.
From children to the diaspora, from communities to global systems, the journey continues. 20 years of building identity, 20 years of strengthening a nation, 20 years of progress, and the future has only just begun.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we usher in the next 20 years, the digital future we seek to build is one where identity enables opportunity without creating vulnerability, where systems empower citizens without exploring their data, and where national development is driven by inclusion anchored in trust. Achieving this future requires a collective effort from regulators, implementers, policymakers, technologists, and every Ghanaian. May the next 20 years propel us to even greater heights, a Ghana where everyone is counted and where everyone truly counts. Happy anniversary to us all. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the NIA story. From a 2D barcode to a smart card. And the credit goes to all the former executive secretaries through to Mr. Wisdom Kwaku Deku and our technical partners. Thank you. Thank you so much for helping Ghana to build such a fortress. Ladies and gentlemen, before I move to the next item, we have in our midst another former executive secretary in the person of Professor Ernest Jumo. He's also here with us. The immediate past executive secretary of the National Identification Authority, Professor Kenneth Atifa, he also just took his seat. Welcome, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, now onto the keynote speaker. We have altered the program because our minister has an equally important assignment to execute. And so the minister would like to speak. After that, we will follow the program outline as it has been shared to you. The next speaker is a distinguished personality whose leadership and experience and his contribution to Mother Ghana and the good people of Asawase has been very phenomenal. He inspired the young politicians a lot. He has been in every sphere of this political dispensation. He has been a minister in charge of sports. He has been a long-time member of parliament for the good people of Asawase. He has been a leader in the parliament of the Republic of Ghana for a very long time. Now, the minister in charge of Interior. Ladies and gentlemen, shall we welcome onto the podium Honorable Mohammed Mubarak onto the podium. The Gamanche is here. There's noise, there's ban on noise, but please, Gamanche, respectfully, can we give it to the minister? Thank you, Minister.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I mean, looking at the documentary and having noticed that all the former executive secretaries are here, I need to commend Yairabe very, very well. I know we need to give him a round of applause for the effort to reach out to each and every one of them. I mean, this is what we should be doing in our country. Many a times, we tend to want to downplay on what others have done before us. But I'm happy that you are charting a good path. And I'm also want to thank all of them for supporting you and having find time to be here in their persons to support this program. Thank you so much, all of you, former executive secretaries. Chairperson of the governing body of the National Identification Authority, the executive secretary, honorable members of the board, the Comptroller General of the Ghana Immigration Service, other service commanders present, management and staff of the authority, distinguished members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Like rightly said, I technically wouldn't have been able to be here because as we speak, cabinet is sitting, and I even have a presentation to make. But I deliberately chose this day, hoping that it was going to be free. So I had to seek permission that I should be allowed the first 1 hour to come and join you. And that's why maybe the program is altered. So we are really sorry, but I really wish I was going to be able to stay from the very start to the end. It is with a great honor and sincere pleasure that I join you today to commemorate 2 decades of the National Identification Authority under the inspiring theme, reflecting on the past, securing the future. In 2006, Ghana embarked on a bold and necessary journey to establish a unified and reliable system of identification. The vision was clear, although the road ahead was fraught with uncertainty. The undertaking was complex, expectations were high, and resources were limited. Yet, through determination, foresight, and unwavering commitment, a solid foundation was laid. From this modest beginning, the authority has evolved into a cornerstone of our governance architecture and economic system. Over the past 20 years, it has transformed from a conceptual initiative into a resilient and sophisticated biometric identification system. One that strengthens national security, enhances service delivery, and facilitates participation in the formal economy. Today, Ghana Card transcends its role as a mere identification document. It stands as a gateway, connecting citizens to financial services, healthcare, telecommunications, and a wide range of public services. It is indeed a powerful instrument of inclusion, a driver of efficiency, and a proud symbol of national identity. This progress has not come without its challenges. The journey has been marked by technical, operational, and institutional hurdles. Yet, through resilient and steadfast commitment, the National Identification Authority has continued to adapt, innovate, and deliver. We must therefore acknowledge and celebrate the contribution of those who came before us, many of whom worked diligently behind the scene to make this vision a reality. To them, we say Ayiko. Ladies and gentlemen, as we reflect on the past, we must also cast our gaze firmly towards the future. The next phase of NIA's journey would demand even greater innovation, stronger system, and deeper cross-sector collaboration. It is particularly encouraging to witness the renewed momentum within the authority over the past 1 year. Under the leadership of the Executive Secretary, Mr. Wisdom Kwaku Deku, significant strides have been made, ranging from clearing card backlogs and expanding service accessibility to advancing critical institutional and technological reforms. These achievements are not only restoring public confidence, but are also positioning the National Identification Authority as a pivotal driver of Ghana's digital transformation agenda. As the sector minister, I am especially heartened by the authorities' strong focus on system integrity, data security, and strategic partnership. These pillars are essential to build an identification ecosystem that is secured, trustworthy, and future-ready. Looking ahead, our shared responsibility is clear: to achieve universal coverage, ensuring that no Ghanaian is left behind, to safeguard the integrity of our systems and the data entrusted to us, and to continue innovating, leveraging technology to make identity a seamless and accessible public good for all. I wish to assure the authorities of government's unwavering support in this very important endeavor. To the chairman, members of the governing body, management, staff, and all partners, your dedication and service are deeply appreciated. I encourage you to sustain this momentum, pursue excellence, and boldly explore new frontiers in identity management, not only within Ghana, but across the sub-region. Ladies and gentlemen, as we celebrate this important milestone, let us remember that building a national identity system is an ongoing journey, one that must evolve alongside our people, our economy, and our national aspiration. Once again, I warmly congratulate the National Identification Authority on 20 years of impactful service to our dear country. And I want to thank you sincerely for your attention. May God continue to bless the National Identification Authority, and may God continue to bless our homeland, Ghana. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. We're so very much grateful for your time, but would love for you to spare us extra 2 minutes for a beautiful surprise we have prepared for you. We're going to have a beautiful celebratory spoken word performance by the incredible Nana Asase. And I understand there's a ban on noise making, and so would love to keep the claps soft a little bit, just so we can respect our tradition. And so Nana Asase, if you can hear me, kindly approach the stage and give us this beautiful spoken word performance. Thank you.
When a child is called before his elders, he dare not name names or call titles, lest he misses one and be made to pay a fine. My elders, backs without which we have no front, tongues without which we have no song. You own speech, and all of us use it in language. And so I ask permission to use speech, to offer language to the ears that are willing to hear. Do I have permission to speak, sir? I do. Ago, fiha. Let these be written on the 5 points of the black star. Griffiths, Koba, Deku, Dumont, and let us add Atefa. Let us write these on the 5 points of the black star, so that whenever we choose to call our name Ghana, we will know that we are identified at the center of the world, but also we are identified by unique symbols. And then every Ghanaian can find his or her rightful place in these corners. Listen to this music when it finally comes, but listen to these words. I am the writer king who sips communion wine from the calabash. My people, I came to pour libation today. Pardon me, I did not come to pour libation to our ancestors. My people, we have invoked them too many times, they hardly have time to be dead. It is high time we invoke living ancestors who keep the world going round, who are doing amazing things. Is your right hand yours? Is your left hand yours? Please beat them on your chest for the 5 points of the black star. That is how. Today, we own one of the most robust identification systems, common at most to only 3 countries in all of the world. 3. Go to Singapore, go to Estonia, and then come back to the center, this place where we keep the world going round. Our elders, we cannot say thank you enough, for indeed, what is the back without which there is no front? And so the Sankofa bird says, we want to look back, pick up eggs, delicate things, and push them into the future. And so my people, I came wearing my beard not as revolt, but my beard is simply tribute to elders who wear no beards. Yet that chin makes room for the beard to grow. They who believe that by laying the right platforms and allowing others to climb up, they find the path to greatness. And so I salute you, revered graybeards, who break the back so that we can enjoy the freedoms and our places in the world that we hold today. Ago, fiha. In Africa, we know performance is coming now. Sir, you need to run. But before you do, when you get up, may earth receive you gently. When you take your next steps, may they be into the future. For we have really come a long way, my people, but the road ahead is longer than the ones we have left behind. Our people say we will cross 7 rivers of life. Today, the NIA has crossed 2. May we not get stranded in the rivers of the second journey. May we do a 3rd. May we do a 4th. May we do a 7th, when we might have grown and lost all our gray beards. You see, when a child points his hands at an elder, it could be a greeting, it could be a blessing, it could be many other sabbatical things I dare not mention. When the future will point their hands at us, let it be a greeting, let it be a blessing, let it be Sankofa that says, Yenananoma moya bro. Ago. And so on your marks, get set. Can we begin to run? We are learning to celebrate our victories while we make them, while we are alive. But let us not get complacent, my people. What our ancestors taught us, put in real time, says tradition and technology, tradition versus modernity. That is the only way we make progress. And we have learned from Sankofa that says, most difficult thing is placing one foot in front of the other. That is the only way any mountain has ever been conquered in the world. Honorable, now I stand on behalf of all Ghanaians, past, present, yet to come, and charge you. When we look back, let us say we once had a strong man who came, sat in a seat on the junctions of 20, and indeed gave us a slingshot that would take us all the way to 70. That says that we have broken political lines and ties and colors. And so today we celebrate precept upon precept, learning that one day the seat we sit in will be empty, not empty in essence of people, but empty in our presence, and many more will sit in the spaces where we have sat before. Long live Ghana. Long live your seat. It is meant for you. But I dare ask a very beautiful question. Who are you? In a little while, that biometric passport, that is what I call mine, becomes my ID anywhere I go in the world. Maybe I will wear it as a pin on my next fugu, my people, because this is not a blouse. Proudly credited to us. Next time you wear your kente, next time you wear your beret, next time you wear whichever one it is, and you remember, we have the blood and toil of our fathers, we have the sweat of our mothers, we have the green, and then we have our gold. Our gold is not what we trample underfoot. Our gold is the amazing 5 points of the Black Star that we celebrate today. Our gold is amazing minds in here at NIA who keep Ghanaians identified, yet to enter the thoughts of time. And then please be that Black Star, be that difference, whichever way you hold yourself. For each corner, that is how we have 20. The burdens of a great vision weigh the shoulders of the mind. Surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses, you have done it. We know you are able, and we know you will do this one too, so that one day, when the children point their hands at you, it will be a greeting, it will be a blessing, and they'll say, Ali Karba, may the Almighty bless you, sir. Now, to everyone who holds their spot in NIA, we have pointed our fingers and played the blame game a few times before when we have been frustrated in delivering services in government institutions. I charge you, as we go into 2021, be that service star, be that service Black Star, so that when we need to identify one person who can really hold the line and say, this system is efficient, you will be that one. Do you have your right hand? Do you have your left hand? Beat your chest with it. simply says, I am proud to be Ghanaian at this time. It's a good time to be African. It's a good time to be a citizen of the world. I need that card. You need that card. Heavier than a weighing card. Maybe an academic card. No, this is my place at the center of the world, where in the cool of evening, the Creator descends to enjoy the breeze. Now, let's say, can do. When a child has learned to wash his hands well, then he can eat with the elders. And so our elders have taught well. A young one has taught well. And you see, he's beginning to grow a beard. And then our elders will rinse their beard in the dew to lose the pigment of youth. And then when he has speak all of life's experiences, he will wear none, yet grow room for many beards and young people to come up. Have I spoken well? Message delivered. I will be here, sitting on the crossroads of time and history, a consumer of statistics and a consumer of quality, to hold you to task, to hold you all to history, to say, what time is it? My people, 11:11, exactly on this day, we sat in the presence of the ancestors of this land, offering very little sound to tell them that we are 20, we are proud. We celebrate in silence, yet our records will be seen on the faces of the world. When we are done, let no party take the glory, let no man take the glory, let Ghana be the best beneficiary. My slippers are green. Pardon me a few seconds more. That is all the greenery and the wealth, the potential we can go with. It has gold studded in it. It simply says that we are learning to be responsible citizens. And then I have gold. My gold is you. My gold is you. Our gold is you. And so each person needs to run it. Maybe one day we'll run a digital census and we do not need to go into all the lungus of Ghana. And then I carry the purity of white. Let our consciences carry us into the future, knowing that one day we can show our hands when we celebrate the 5 points of the Black Star while they are yet alive. Institutional memory staring us right there in the face. My people, it's about time we build this database too. My words are heavy. It is simply because as a people our dreams are heavier and we aspire for greater shores. The road ahead is longer than the one we have left behind. Let us do the difficult thing of placing one foot in front of the other. Honorable, why are there? Everybody at NIA, congratulations. Please bear with Ghanaians when we get frustrated sometimes. It is only the way of the earth to complain when sky has not sent rain in good time. My elder, thank you very much for giving me language to make speech to the ears that care to listen. It does.
That was absolutely incredible. I am not surprised at all. I've watched many of his performances, and so this was just one of the many. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, you're welcome to the launch of the 20th anniversary of the National Identification Authority. Together, we are marking 2 decades of the NIA, building identity systems that have contributed meaningfully to governance, to security, and to national development. And we're so very much grateful for you for taking time off your busy schedules to be a part of this monumental moment as we mark it today. Now, before Honorable Minister of Interior takes leave of us, would love to do something very significant for today. We want to unveil our logo for the 20th anniversary. Before I invite the dignitaries we're doing that with, I'd love to acknowledge Dr. George Smith Graham. He is the Fair Wages, and Salaries Commission boss. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. Also want to say thank you to Deputy GRA boss, Dr. Adomako. If you're here, can you wave us? Thank you so much for your presence, sir. Thank you. Also, Dr. Al-Hassan, who is the government statistician. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us as well. Also, Mr. Edmund Franco, who's the NCA boss. I'm sorry if I am murdering your name. Williams's, handwriting is a little bit messy, so you have to pardon me. So yeah, thank you so much. Now I would like to respectfully invite these key dignitaries on stage so together we can unveil our 20th anniversary logo. And so in no particular order, I'd love to invite onto the stage the representative, of His Royal Majesty King Taki Teko Chu II, the GAN Manche and President of the GAN Traditional Council, in the person of Ni Kojo Ashrifi Papanyera I, Noya Manche of the GAN State. Sir, we would love to have your presence on stage. Also, our Honorable Minister for Interior, Honorable Muntaka Mohammed Mubarak, would love to have your presence on stage. Also, would love to have the Executive Secretary on stage, our board chair, Mr. Moses.
The Comptroller General, Mr. Basintali, please join us. All the former executive secretaries of the National Identification Authority, please, may you join us. Madame Shamima Masnem, please join us. Our technical partners, IMS2, Mr. Kumsin Kantamanto, kindly join us. And our deputy executive secretaries. Sirs, please join us off stage.
So will they take the cloth off or something? Will they take the cloth off? All right, it seems we're set and ready. And so, Honorable Minister, together with your colleagues, you would unveil our logo. Thank you so much. This is to mark 20 years of the National Identification Authority. It's been a remarkable journey. It's been a beautiful journey, one of service, one of excellence, one of hard work, and we're excited about today. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is our logo for our 20th anniversary. Photographers, would love for you to take some photos of our dignitaries. All right, so let's have our photo sessions now. If we have a director of photography, if you can kindly arrange them beautifully so we can take these photos. And once again, this is the launch of the 20th anniversary of the National Identification Authority. Today's event is under the theme Reflecting on the Past, Securing the Future, 20 years of the NIA. Thank you so much. Board members, would love for you to come take photos. Members of our board, would love for you to join the Honorable Minister take photos. Board members, if you can hear me, kindly join the Honorable Minister, your board chair, the Executive Secretary, take photos. Management members, please get ready. Members of the management of the NIA, kindly get ready to take photos as well. Can we have the management now? Members of the management, board members, can we all have you in front? Thank you so much. Board members, management members, kindly come forward. Anniversary Planning Committee members. Anniversary Planning Committee members, kindly get ready. Right after this group, you're next. Kindly come forward quickly so our minister can leave us. Members of the Planning Committee. Quickly, let's have you all on stage. Also, past members of the NIA. Past members of the NIA. Past management members. Can we have you on stage, please? Private Partners, IMS, can we have you on the stage as well? Also, the Queen Mothers of the Ga State, I understand, kindly come on stage. Right after this group, the Queen Mothers would have their session. And thank you so much. All right, so let's have our Queen Mothers quickly take photos with our Honorable Minister and Executive Secretary. Heads of agencies under Interior. Heads of agencies under Interior. Can we have you on stage quickly? Quickly, that's our last group. Oh, very much sorry, sir. That's our last group. Quickly. Thank you. All right, thank you so much, Honorable Minister. And the Honorable Minister would like to take his leave as he has to attend to some pressing matters. And so I want to say thank you so much to Honorable Muntaka Mohammed Mubarak for his presence here. All right.
Right. Ladies and gentlemen, before we move to the next item, kindly indulge me to acknowledge the presence of Colonel Kwame Gansa, retired. Colonel Kwame Gansa, retired. Kindly give us a wave. We also have Mr. Dente. Mr. Dente, who was a deputy director. Please give us a wave. We have Alhaji Salifu Abdullahi, Director Operations, former Director Operations. Thank you, sir, for coming. Please take over.
Thank you so much. Now, we will take a solidarity message from the man who was the first Executive Secretary of the National Identification Authority in the person of Professor Ernest Dumont. He began it all some 20 years ago. A round of applause for him as he approaches the stage to give us a solidarity message. So Professor Ernest Dumont, if you can hear me, kindly come up on stage. Oh, I could bring the... Oh, he could sit. I mean, it's fine. He could sit and give us the remark. A round of applause for Professor Ernest Dumont, ladies and gentlemen. Soft claps, please.
Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I didn't expect to come here to give any goodwill message because I had a video already done and I thought that was what was going to be played. In the meantime, let me just simply make a few remarks. Sometimes I wonder why it has to be me. But I love my country. Many years ago, as a little boy, I had the opportunity to visit Accra with my father. And I went to, the opportunity came, and I went to the Black Star Square, and I saw this edifice on which was the concept freedom and justice. And I didn't know what those concepts implied. But years and years later, in my intellectual journey, I began to understand and appreciate that freedom and justice meant far more than what ordinary people might think. We were grounded in yesteryear's servitude. And our first president was doing everything to move us, psychic movement, into a stage of independent, authentic development. I was away out of this country and came back, and I found myself in the Electoral Commission. That was fantastic. As I was preparing to leave the Electoral Commission, duty called, national duty called. And President Kufuor asked me to take responsibility for this very complex, very extensive system and the authority to manage it. Those were very difficult times. And as I listened to the anthem, that is the message I have to give today. We are called to duty. And my hope is that everyone involved in this institution building will feel that they are called to duty, a duty not for personal gain, but for the public interest, the interest of our people, ordinary people. 20 years down the line, national identification system and authority is thriving in spite of all the challenges. We need to move on. We need to build a human resource that is very, very well trained to run this institution. I am grateful that the current management decided to have this celebration, and I wish them well. I'm a little advanced in age now, but the brain is still working. And so whatever they think I can do from a distance, well, if I want to ask for a charge, they cannot pay. But it is free. I wish you, Mr. Deku, you know the circumstances, and you cannot retreat. Therefore, I urge all of you to join hands with this administration to make the best out of what Ghanaians demand of us. Good luck, God bless you, and I wish you well. But finally, I plead, let us not subject national identification system and authority to political game playing. Let it be a national call to all. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Professor Ernest Dumor. Wise words from the man on whose back the NIA has been built. My takeout from his thoughtful message is that we are all called to duty, all of us, collectively, as a citizenry. Now, I would like to take a remark from the CEO of IMS2, Mr. Koomson Kantamanto. If you can hear me, kindly approach the stage. A round of applause for him, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. When Dallas was pronouncing my name, he's taking great pains to rechristen me. He keeps calling me Koomson Kantamanto. Given that it's a compound name, the proper way is Kantamanto Koomson. But the beauty of it is that, given that my biometrics are unique, irrespective of how he spells my name, how he pronounces my name. When I put my biometrics on that reader, I will always be uniquely me, thanks to NIA. So, on behalf of the Margins ID Group, I extend warm congratulations to the National Identification Authority on the occasion of its 20th anniversary. 20 years is a significant milestone in the life of any public institution. It reflects not only longevity, but also service, discipline, resilience, and sustained contribution to national development. Under the theme, Reflecting on the Past and Securing the Future, this anniversary provides an opportunity to honor an institution whose work has become indispensable to Ghana's progress. In my estimation, what the NIA has done, continues to do, has built, is the largest national asset that this country has. Being able to identify its citizens uniquely for who you are, for national building, for access to services, and for welfare provision. Over the past 2 decades, the National Identification Authority has helped establish identity as a critical pillar of national infrastructure. Its work has strengthened the foundations for service delivery, security, financial inclusion, economic participation, and more effective administration across both the public and private sectors. Today, trusted identity is increasingly central to how a country functions and to how its citizens and residents access essential services. Thanks to what NIA has built, that my great-great-great-auntie in the village who sells smoked fish is no longer just a statistic, has an identity, is not just a name, has access to services, did not have a passport, but has a Ghana card. With that, she can open a bank account, can get health insurance, all through the hard work of what the management and staff of NIA have built. And we are proud to have been a part of your journey to this time. Through its subsidiaries, Identity Management Systems, which supports the registration of foreign nationals, and Identity Management Systems 2, which supports the registration of Ghanaian citizens, Margins ID Group has been a long-standing partner of the National Identification Authority in the delivery of Ghana's national identification system. We are proud of what the sponsorship has achieved over the years. Built on shared purpose, technical commitment, mutual respect, and trust, this collaboration has helped deliver a national identity platform that is widely regarded as one of the most respected in Africa, and among the relatively few globally to have attained this level of scale, sophistication, and national utility. That is a remarkable achievement, and one in which both institutions can take justified pride. Had there not been the ban on noise making, I would have asked you to put your hands together, but respectfully, yes, Gamanche says I shouldn't do that. Together, this public-private partnership has set a high standard for what such collaborations should look like. Its success has been shaped by shared commitment, consistency, professionalism, and a clear focus on the national interest. It stands today as one of the most significant and successful public-private partnership on the continent. And that's actually a big achievement. And I think if you look across the country, it is one of the most enduring and has become a template for what a public-private partnership should look like. We deeply value the seriousness and purpose with which the authority has worked alongside us on this critical national assignment. The authority's journey is all the more commendable for the steadiness of purpose it has maintained over time. Under 5 presidents and across successive administrations, it has remained focused on its mandate and guided by a clear mission, vision, and value system. That consistency speaks to institutional maturity and to a sustained commitment to national service. We also acknowledge the contributions of the authorities' leaders over the years, including Professor Ernest Dumont, Professor Kenneth Atefua, Dr. Ahaji, Mr. Koba, and currently my very good friend, Mr. Wisdom Kwekudeku, Yaya Beye, as well as the many staff and stakeholders whose dedication and service have helped build a system of lasting national value. As the National Identification Authority marks this important anniversary, we celebrate its legacy, honor its contribution to Ghana, and express our appreciation for all that has been accomplished. We look ahead with confidence to our collaboration. The foundation that has been laid is strong, and we have no doubt that the years ahead will bring even greater progress and impact. Congratulations to the National Identification Authority on 20 years of distinguished service. We wish the authority continued success as it reflects on the past and secures the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kantamanto Kumsin, CEO of IMS2. Now, I would love to give 2 minutes each to the past executive secretaries of the NIA to just come and give us a beautiful remark in commemoration of our 20th anniversary, and in no particular order. Would like to begin with Dr. William Ahaji. A round of applause for him. Soft claps, please.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I didn't anticipate that, but since it's an anniversary celebration, I'll just congratulate the NIA for sustaining the effort begun by Prof. through us and to him. We believe that as the institution celebrates its 20th anniversary, its impact in the life of Ghanaians would be felt throughout, and indeed non-Ghanaians living in Ghana will be felt, and indeed the effort will improve the country's revenue mobilization, it will improve identity management, and indeed it will give Ghanaians a certain incontestable identity throughout the country. And I thank you for this opportunity to speak at this event. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. We will now have Professor Kenneth Atefua. A round of applause for him, please.
I stand on the established protocols. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and good afternoon, Ghana. It is an honor to be able to add my voice to the chorus of voices that have said congratulations to the National Identification Authority on this auspicious occasion of our 20th anniversary. This is one of the most important institutions of state, to the extent I can reckon. This is the foundation of the creation of a trusted society. This is a platform for ensuring verification of identities, fostering national development through a secure platform with integrity, consistency, and devotion. This is the institution that anchors the freedom and justice that Professor Ernest Dumont, the founding executive secretary, spoke about ensuring that justice and freedom and justice are well fleshed out, that we can have dignity and integrity in our elections, that we can have trusted transactions that go beyond impressions but depend on empirical foundation. On the occasion of the 20th anniversary of the National Identification Authority, I salute the current management under the leadership of the current Executive Secretary, Mr. Deku, and I salute the Executive Secretaries who served after me, and of course, the Foundational Executive Secretary. To staff, present and future, I want to repeat that this is one of the most important national assets, the most important national institutions we have. And it is your bounden duty to ensure that what has been entrusted to you or will be entrusted to you will be carried forth with integrity, with devotion, and conscientiousness. I salute you and I congratulate you all. May God bless us all. Thank you.
Indeed, may God bless us all. Thank you so much, Professor Kenneth Atefua. Now, I'd love to also acknowledge the Executive Secretary of the Peace Council, Dr. George Amo. Thank you so much for your presence here, sir. A wave would be nice. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for your presence. Would also like to acknowledge our sponsors for our 20th anniversary. And in our platinum, corner, we have Identity Management Systems 2 Limited, BU, everybody else is taken. Also IPMC, your reliable partner. And for our diamond sponsors, we have the National Petroleum Authority. Thank you so much. Fidelity Bank. We have Haptel. And for our gold sponsors, we have Financial Intelligence Center, taking profit out of crime, and Bost Energies. Thank you so much. For our silver sponsors, the Sakwa Press Limited, your first step to quality service. Thank you so much for your sponsorship. Also, Petroleum Commission, regulating, managing, and coordinating upstream petroleum activities. Also to SNIT, thank you. And National Investment Bank and the Ghana Commercial Bank as well. We want to say thank you so much for your sponsorship. For our silver sponsors, we have Easy Trans Apartment, also Mini Park Press, Design Network Architecture, and Oak Van Ghana Limited. Thank you so much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we're still in our celebratory mood, celebrating NIA at 20. And of course, we want to stay in this celebratory mood with a performance from the melodious NIA choir. Take it away. just ask them to do one more so we can enjoy. we're seeing right now is a dancing competition with the executive secretary and the board chair. Let's see who's winning. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's the melodious NIA choir. Round of applause for them, ladies and gentlemen. You know, so I'm wondering, between the executive secretary and the board chair, who won the dancing competition? I know who won. I think the choir did, for giving us such a beautiful performance. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so gradually we are getting to the end of our colorful ceremony. Before we move on to our next item, I want to acknowledge the Deputy Chief Fire Officer, Harriet Nunu, Director of Special Duties. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your presence. Also, I told you about Williams's handwriting. DCFO, Gloria Phyllis Akwe, who is the Director Admin. Thank you so much, ma'am. Can we have a wave? Thank you so much for your presence as well. So I'd like to now invite the Deputy Executive Secretary Administration, Alhaji Mohammed Naziru, to give us our vote of thanks. Alhaji, let's have you.
Well, thank you for this wonderful opportunity. Having observed all protocols so established by the previous speakers, which is very important because I happen to be at a function in one of our neighboring countries where the MC for the occasion was very careful to ensure all protocols are well observed. He did his best, called the lawyers by their titles, called their alhajis, their chiefs. One of them actually went like Chief Dr. Lawyer Nwanku. Azikiwe. We had Alhaji Shehu, Dr. Babangida, etc. He did everything he could. At the coffee break, one of the men walked up to him and he said, Oga, you forget say I be engineer too. Clearly, having been, all his title have been mentioned, but they left the engineer and he was worried about that. So we need to be very careful with our protocols. Ladies and gentlemen, Nime Name, Nananum, for me, it's a great pleasure to give the vote of thanks for this wonderful, memorable, first of its kind in the history of NIA. On behalf of the National Identification Authority, it is my singular honor and privilege to deliver this vote of thanks as we draw the curtains on this memorable celebration of our 20th anniversary. First and foremost, we give all glory, honor, and adoration to the Almighty God. It is by His grace, favor, and guidance that we have journeyed through 2 decades of service to our beloved nation, Ghana. Through challenges and triumphs alike, He has sustained the NIA and brought us to this period or proud moment. We extend our deepest and most respectful gratitude to His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, for his unwavering support, leadership, and commitment to strengthening Ghana identity management system. Your belief, Mr. President, in the NIA continues to inspire us to strive for excellence. Our sincere appreciation also goes to the Honorable Sector Minister, the Minister of Interior, for his guidance, policy direction, and steadfast backing of the authority's mandate. Your leadership has been instrumental in shaping our progress. Special thanks to the National Chief Imam, the Ghana Traditional Authority, the NIA Board, and all past executives of the NIA here and present. To our cherished sponsors, we say a heartfelt thank you. Your immense generosity, commitment to our cherish, to have made this celebration a reality is worthy of recognition. Your support demonstrates a shared belief in the vision and future of the NIA. We are deeply grateful. We are equally thankful to our sister agencies who have joined us today. Your collaboration, partnership continues to strengthen the national ecosystem within which we operate. Together, we are building a more secure and inclusive Ghana. To our valued partners, especially the IMS2, our private partners in this important national exercise, we express our profound appreciation. Your technical expertise and partnership have been vital in advancing the work of NIA and ensuring that our systems meet global standards. We also wish to recognize and commend the management of NIA for their leadership, resilience, and dedication. To the planning committee, we say thank you for your tireless effort in organizing this remarkable event. Your hard work has truly paid off. And at this point, let me single out one of the hard-working committee members who has ensured that everything we see here is successful. Martha Fasoranti, wherever you are, take your respect. A special word of appreciation goes to the NIA choir. This is made in NIA under the leadership of Yaira Doku. Everything you see here was done in-house. No, what do you call it, assistant from any event organizer or anything. We did everything in-house. And this is remarkable. Let's give Yaira Adukwu a round of applause. Before I end, I would love to assure you all that moving forward in the next 20 years, we hope to ensure, under the leadership of Yaira Adukwu, that we come here with great strive, wonderful innovative achievement, and NIA will be better than the 20 years that is past. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Alhaji Naziru. Hopefully I'm not missing out any position like Babangida. Anyway, we're drawing to a close, but Williams has an announcement, and then I'll give you our next item.
Right, thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, just to remind you that this is going to be a year-long celebration. We are almost bringing to a closure the lunch. But after the lunch, there are a series of activities. We will climax it with an awards night. The date and the venue will be communicated to everyone. And when the time is due, we would invite our distinguished guests separately to that event. And so please kindly wait with bated breath, and it promises to be very, very exciting before we wrap up the celebration in December. I would kindly plead with all other guests to remain seated, save those on the white seats. All other guests must remain seated. NIA staff, after the closing prayer, kindly move to the left side. We have a special package for you. The media, you will go to the middle back. There's a special package for you. And other guests will also move to the right. Your package is also there. Thank you so much. I will hand over to Karen.
Thank you, Williams. So we began with a prayer. It's only right that we conclude with a prayer. And so let's have Reverend Alex Asamoah from the Holy Hill Chapel to usher us out of the venue. Thank you.
May I humbly request that we rise on our feet for a word of prayer. Our Heavenly Father, Creator of the universe, Giver of life, you are the one who gives and sustains all things. This morning, we want to thank you for the National Identification Authority and the great work you have done through them in this nation over the years. We want to thank you for the pioneers to whom you gave the wisdom to lay the foundation for this institution. Thank you for 20 years of impact and national transformation. Thank you for what you're about to do in this country through the NIA. We pray that you continue to shower your blessings upon this organization and grant the leadership wisdom to drive the vision you've put in their hearts. We thank you in advance for a successful grand anniversary celebration. We pray that you bless everyone that came and take us to our various destinations in peace, so that when we gather again in December for the grand celebration, we will have a cause to say, thanks to you. In the name of our Lord Jesus Christ and Savior, have we prayed with thanks. Amen.
Thank you so much, Reverend Alex Asamoah of the Holy Hill Chapel, for the prayer. Well, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, we've come to the end of today's colorful ceremony. It's been beautiful by all standards. And on behalf of my co-MC, Williams, who doubles as the Director of Corporate Affairs at the NIA, we want to say thank you so much for your time, your presence, and participation in celebrating 20 years of the National Identification Authority. My name is Noella Karen Yali. I'm a journalist with Joy News, and it has been an absolute pleasure co-MCing today's colorful ceremony. Have a pleasant day.